My brothers and sisters, this life will test you. People will hurt you with their words, disappoint you with their actions, and misunderstand your silence. There will be days when you feel like you're drowning in opinions, judgments, betrayal, and ungratefulness from those closest to you. But here's the reality: not everything deserves your reaction. Not everything deserves your energy. You must learn to act as if nothing bothers you, not because you are emotionless, but because you have entrusted your peace to Allah. There is a strength in remaining calm when everything around you is trying to shake you. There is power in choosing silence when you're being provoked. Sometimes your peace is more valuable than being proven right. Your dignity is worth more than winning an argument. Your time is too precious to waste on those who thrive on negativity and chaos. This doesn't mean you suppress your emotions or become cold-hearted. No, it means you are wise enough to understand that not every battle is worth fighting. You choose your silence not out of fear, but out of wisdom, because you know that Allah sees everything. He hears what is being said behind your back. He knows what you are enduring, and He is the best of judges. When someone insults you, do you think responding with anger will help? Or is it better to rise above it and say, Hasbun, Allah, hu wa ni'mal wakil, Allah is sufficient for me, and He is the best disposer of affairs. When you hand your affairs to Him, you walk with a peace that the world cannot disturb. You smile even when they expect you to break. You remain composed because you know who is defending you behind the scenes. The Prophet, peace be upon him, was insulted, mocked, and ridiculed. Yet he remained calm. He did not rush to respond to every insult. He taught us that silence can be more powerful than shouting. He taught us that patience and restraint are the qualities of those connected to their Lord. When you learn to act as if nothing bothers you, you are not ignoring your pain. You are prioritizing your peace and guarding your heart from harm. This attitude is not arrogance. It is emotional discipline. It is a way of telling your nafs, I don't need validation from people. My worth is with Allah. It is a way of saying, I won't let the negativity of others dictate my behavior. I know who I am in the eyes of my Creator. This is how you protect your energy. This is how you maintain your mental and spiritual health. The world is full of noise, opinions, drama, pettiness. If you react to every little thing, you will exhaust yourself. Let people say what they want. Let them misunderstand you. Let them assume. Their opinions cannot harm you if your heart is at peace with Allah. So hold your head high, stay grounded in your faith, and walk with dignity. Let your silence speak. Let your character respond, and let Allah take care of the rest. One of the most powerful things a believer can learn in life is that not everything deserves a response. Not every insult requires an answer. Not every provocation needs a reaction. Sometimes the strongest response is silence. Remaining calm while others lose their manners is a sign of strength, not weakness. It shows maturity, wisdom, and reliance on the One who knows all, sees all, and never allows injustice to go unnoticed. Many of us fall into the trap of reacting to every little thing. Someone says something rude, and we immediately respond. Someone disrespects us, and we retaliate. But what does that do except pull us into the same darkness they are already in? It disturbs our peace, it shakes our heart, and it invites unnecessary stress. You cannot control what people say or do, but you can control how you respond. And choosing silence in the face of ignorance is not only prophetic, it is liberating. Silence doesn't mean you are defeated. It means you have chosen dignity over drama. It means you have prioritized your peace over their poison. Some people want to drag you into an argument just to disturb your inner balance. When you stay silent, you frustrate Shaitan. You protect your own heart and refuse to give power to those who seek to hurt you. When you choose not to react, you're trusting Allah to handle the matter. You're saying, Ya Allah, you saw what they did, you heard what they said, I leave it in your hands. And when you do that, you are placing the situation with the one who is most just, the one who never forgets, the one who repays every wrong with perfect justice. This doesn't mean you allow people to walk over you. No, Islam encourages us to speak up for truth and justice, but it teaches us to do so with wisdom and grace, not anger and impulse. There is a difference between standing up for yourself and falling into the trap of reacting to every provocation. The believer has clarity. The believer knows when to speak and when to remain silent. And the believer knows that silence is often louder than shouting. Think about the Prophet, peace be upon him. He was mocked, insulted, lied about. People called him names and accused him of falsehood. But he did not chase every slander. He did not respond to every insult. Why? Because his response was with character, with dignity, with trust in Allah. His silence, his calmness, his composure, it all spoke louder than words ever could. When you stay silent in a moment of provocation, you are also protecting your own soul. Because when we respond in anger, we often say things we regret. We hurt others, we hurt ourselves, and we step away from the character that Islam teaches us. But when we pause, when we breathe, when we choose silence, we allow our heart to remain clean, and a clean heart is more beloved to Allah than any clever comeback or witty reply. Not everyone deserves access to your emotions. Not every situation needs your energy. You have to learn to conserve your peace. People will talk. Let them talk. People will judge. Let them judge. You were not created to please people. You were created to please Allah. And He is never unaware of what you endure for His sake. If someone misunderstands you, make dua. If someone lies about you, seek Allah's protection. If someone tries to provoke you, stay above it, rise. Because you are not responding for their approval, you are responding in a way that keeps your heart close to your Creator. That's what matters. That's what counts. So next time you're tempted to react, ask yourself, is this worth my peace? Will this please Allah, or am I just feeding my ego? Silence, when done with intention and wisdom, can be an act of worship. It can be a statement of strength, and it can be a shield that protects you from the traps of Shaitan. Remember, not everything deserves your reaction. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is walk away with your head held high, your heart pure, and your trust in Allah intact. Let them say what they want. Your silence speaks for you, and the one who knows the truth will always take care of you. There is a kind of peace that no wealth can buy and no status can provide. It's the peace of the heart, the stillness of the soul, and the calmness that remains even when the world around you is in chaos. That kind of peace is not found by controlling others. It is found when you stop allowing other people's behavior to control your inner state. You cannot stop people from being unfair. You cannot prevent every insult or avoid every disappointment. But you can learn to guard your heart and protect your peace by understanding that how others act is a reflection of them, not you. Many people today are living in a constant state of emotional exhaustion. Why? Because they've allowed their inner world to be shaped by the outer world. When someone praises them, they feel good. When someone criticizes them, they break down. When people are kind, they smile. When people are harsh, they fall apart. This is a fragile way to live. It means you're giving people too much power over your emotional and spiritual well-being. Islam teaches us that our heart belongs to Allah. And when you truly understand that, you stop handing pieces of your heart to people who don't know how to value it. You stop depending on others for your validation. You stop seeking approval from those who can never truly see your worth. And most importantly, you begin to respond to the world from a place of peace, not pain. The Prophet, peace be upon him, was the best example of this. People mocked him, accused him, attacked him, but he remained calm. His peace did not depend on how people treated him. It was rooted in his connection with Allah. His heart was anchored in faith, not shaken by the storms of people's opinions. This is the model we are taught to follow, not to react based on emotion, but to respond with wisdom and dignity. You will encounter people who misunderstand you, hurt you, and even betray you, but you have a choice. You can let their behavior dictate your emotional state, or you can turn to Allah, seek strength from Him, and keep moving forward with your heart intact. When someone tries to provoke you, remember, you are not answerable for what they do. You are only answerable for how you respond, and Allah sees your restraint. He rewards your patience. He honors your self-control. It's easy to fall into the trap of reacting. When someone angers you, the ego wants to defend itself. When someone insults you, your pride wants to reply. But true strength lies in restraint. It lies in the ability to say, I will not let their behavior steal my peace. I know who I am. I know my worth in the eyes of Allah. That is not arrogance. That is clarity. That is emotional maturity. You do not need everyone to like you. You do not need everyone to understand you. You were not created to please people. You were created to please your Creator. So let them think what they want. Let them say what they want. Your peace is not tied to their approval. It is tied to your relationship with the one who knows you better than you know yourself. When your heart is attached to Allah, you begin to see life differently. You start choosing your battles wisely. You don't engage in every argument. You don't reply to every insult. You don't chase after closure from people who never intended to give it. You simply do your part, trust in Allah, and move forward. That is peace. That is strength. Guard your peace like a treasure. Protect it from the hands of those who throw their negativity onto others. Walk away from toxic conversations. Distance yourself from constant drama. And when you are hurt, turn to Allah before you turn to people. He is the one who heals hearts. He is the one who gives comfort. And He is the one who rewards the one who forgives, the one who overlooks, the one who rises above. You owe it to your soul to stop letting people's behavior control your happiness. The world may never change. People may never be fair. But your heart can find peace when it stops depending on others and starts relying fully on Allah. That is where true peace is found, not in the absence of problems, but in the presence of tawakkul. When you let go of what you can't control and trust the one who controls everything, your heart becomes calm, no matter what is happening around you. Remaining calm when everything around you is trying to provoke you is not a sign of weakness. It is a reflection of deep inner strength. It is a mark of wisdom, maturity, and most importantly, a sign that your trust is not in people, but in Allah. In a world that pushes us to react, to shout back, to defend our ego, the ability to remain composed is becoming rare. But the one who learns to stay calm is not someone who is helpless. It is someone who understands that their affairs are in the hands of the one who is most just, most wise, and most powerful. When people wrong you, when situations turn against you, when you are being misunderstood or falsely accused, your natural instinct may be to react immediately. But if you pause and remind yourself that Allah is watching, you will find the strength to respond with patience rather than anger. You will remember that justice does not need to come from your hands, it comes from His. You will realize that your silence in the face of injustice, if done with sabr and trust in Allah, is more powerful than any words you could say. Remaining calm doesn't mean you don't feel the hurt. It doesn't mean you are unaffected. It means you are choosing not to let that pain control your behavior. It means you are strong enough to hand over your affairs to Allah and say, Ya Allah, I trust you to handle this in the best way. That is not weakness. That is real strength. That is tawakkul. That is the mindset of a believer. Some people will try to provoke you just to get a reaction. They may speak with harsh words, accuse you, or treat you unfairly. And when you stay silent, when you don't give them what they want, they may call you weak. But the truth is, your silence is a reflection of your wisdom. You know that your value does not decrease because of someone else's ignorance. You know that your dignity is worth more than any argument, and you know that Allah will never let a single injustice pass without recompense. The Prophet, peace be upon him, was the most powerful man, yet he remained calm in the face of intense provocation. People insulted him, threw stones at him, mocked him, and accused him of lies, but he responded with wisdom and grace. He understood that his mission was too great to waste time on every insult. His character, his calmness, his patience, they all came from his trust in Allah. He knew that the one who sent him would protect him, and so he rose above the noise, and his calmness became his strength. We must learn from this. In our daily lives, we are tested in our homes, at work, in our communities, even online. People may say hurtful things. Life may not go the way we hoped, but how we respond defines who we are. If we remain calm, not because we are afraid, but because we know Allah is in control, then we are walking the path of those who are truly strong. It takes far more strength to stay calm than to scream. Anyone can react out of anger, but the one who can control their tongue, who can hold their temper, who can maintain their dignity, that is a person of strength. And Allah loves those who are patient. He loves those who respond to harm with grace. He promises that He is with those who remain steadfast in the face of difficulty. So when you are tested, breathe. Pause, remember who you are, and more importantly, remember who your Lord is. Stay calm not because the situation is easy, but because you know Allah is handling it. Trust that He sees, He knows, and He will never let you down. Let your silence speak louder than your words. Let your patience become your power, and let your calmness reflect your faith. Remaining calm is not about suppressing your feelings. It is about elevating your response. It is about saying, I could respond in anger, but I choose mercy. I could fight back, but I choose to rise above. I could argue, but I choose peace. And in that choice, you gain the pleasure of Allah, the reward of the patient, and the serenity that this world cannot offer. So next time you are tested, remember, remaining calm is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is discipline. And it is rooted in the firm belief that Allah is enough. In a world full of noise, distractions, and constant demands, one of the most valuable things you can protect is your peace. When you protect your peace, you are not just avoiding conflict or walking away from negativity. You are protecting your heart, your energy, and most importantly, your connection with your Lord. Peace is not a luxury. It is a necessity for the soul, and it requires conscious effort to guard it from being disturbed by things that do not deserve space in your heart. Many of us live our lives reacting to everything around us. Someone's negativity drains us. Someone's anger affects our mood. Someone's opinion makes us doubt ourselves. and slowly, without realizing it, we begin to lose focus. We get caught up in things that take us away from remembrance, from gratitude, from connection with Allah. That's why protecting your peace is so important, because without it, your heart becomes a battlefield of other people's chaos. Protecting your peace starts with recognizing what steals it. Sometimes it's unnecessary arguments. Sometimes it's constant comparison. Sometimes it's relationships that only bring pain. Whatever it is, you have to learn to step back and ask yourself, is this worth the disturbance of my heart? Is this worth distancing myself from the tranquility I feel when I'm close to Allah? If the answer is no, then walk away, detach, protect what matters most, your inner state. Peace of mind and heart doesn't mean your life is perfect. It doesn't mean you're not tested. It means that even in the middle of difficulty, you have clarity. You have trust. You have faith that Allah is with you, and that inner calm allows you to move through life with grace, with patience, and with resilience. That calm cannot survive if you're constantly caught in drama, reacting to every insult, or chasing validation from people. Your heart is the most valuable part of you. When it is at peace, everything else falls into place. Your worship improves, your relationships become healthier, your sleep becomes restful. But when your heart is constantly disturbed by grudges, by comparison, by stress, then even the smallest matters become heavy. That is why Islam places so much emphasis on purification of the heart, on forgiveness, on sabr, on avoiding suspicion and gossip. All of these are tools that help you protect your peace. Protecting your peace doesn't mean you become silent in the face of injustice. It doesn't mean you avoid responsibility. It means you act wisely. You choose your responses. You do what is right for the sake of Allah, not for the sake of ego. It means you learn when to speak and when to stay silent. You learn to say no to things that exhaust you spiritually. And you prioritize your well-being, not because you are selfish, but because a peaceful heart is more capable of giving, of loving, and of worshipping sincerely. Your energy is a trust. Your time is a trust. You cannot give them to everyone. You cannot allow every opinion, every conflict, every demand to enter your space and consume your energy. Be kind, but firm with your boundaries. Be soft in your words, but strong in your intentions. And remember, not every battle is yours to fight. Some things are better left to Allah. Some things are better handled with silence and dua than with arguments and anger. And above all, remember that your connection with Allah thrives in stillness. In calm, in quiet moments where your heart is free from hatred, from bitterness, from distraction. When you protect your peace, you create space in your life for those moments. You allow your soul to breathe. You allow your iman to grow. You hear the Quran differently. You feel your du'as more deeply. You stand in salah not just physically, but with a heart that is present. That is the goal. Not just outer success, but inner tranquility. Not just achievements people can see, but a heart that Allah sees and loves. That's why protecting your peace is not optional. It's a form of worship. It's a step toward becoming the kind of believer who is not just externally practicing, but internally content and spiritually strong. So guard your peace like a treasure. Don't let the noise of this world drown out the quiet whispers of your soul calling you back to your Lord. Walk away from what disturbs you. Move toward what brings you closer to Allah. And always remember, when you protect your peace, you are protecting your heart, your energy, and your most valuable relationship, the one between you and your Creator. Ask ChatGPT